Hey everyone, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we have Mr. Jordan McDonald from the great state of Georgia. Jordan finished second last year in the BFL Bulldog Division tournament on Lake Eufaula. That same tournament's coming up this weekend, so we're going to talk to him. He's going to give us kind of a recap of his tournament last year, what he predicts for this year. We got a lot of great content coming your way. Before we get started, let's pause real quick for a quick commercial. At Revital Outdoors, we have one goal, and that is to keep outdoor enthusiasts like ourselves out in the field or on the water doing what they love to do and feel more comfortable doing it. Whether you love hunting or fishing or both, and you're experiencing inflammation, trouble sleeping at night, anxiety, or aches and sorenesses that are keeping you being out in the field longer or on the water catching more and more fish, we provide premium CBD products that are THC-free, made right here in America, that will give you that relief that you're seeking. If you've never tried CBD products, but you're curious as to get started, please check out our everyday soft gels. We have a 10 milligram formula and a 25 milligram formula. Based on how uncomfortable you are out in the field doing what you love to do or out on the water will depend on the dosage you need. For starting out, we recommend everyone check out our 25 milligram everyday soft gels. Each capsule contains 25 milligrams of our premium broad spectrum CBD oil. It's nano-emulsified, meaning it gets into your system very, very quickly and provides you the maximum relief that you're looking for. If you're still kind of comfortable out in the field, but you still get those aches and sorenesses creeping up on you, you might want to check out the 10 milligram, a little bit smaller doses, but all the premium qualities that you look for in a premium broad spectrum CBD product. Again, THC-free, made right here in America. We're committed to being a worker-friendly brand. Never fail a drug test. Check them out on our website. The link is below in the description, revitaloutdoors.com. Use code YouTube20 to save 20% off your order. And don't forget, if you spend $100 or more on our website, you will receive free 2-day shipping. With that being said, let's get back to the podcast. All right. Thank you for joining us back on the podcast. Again, we're going to be in the Bulldog division or the BFL circuit tonight. We're talking to Mr. Jordan McDonald, second place finisher from the BFL tournament last year on Eufaula. And again, that same tournament's coming up this weekend. Before we get started, Revital Outdoors is very excited to announce we are still taking entries into our $2,500 giveaway. This giveaway features companies such as the Rod Glove, Flambeau Outdoors, Costa Del Mar, Seagar Line, Lose, Strike King, and Tackle Warehouse. So make sure you hit that link right below the video at the top of the description to get in. Just takes a few seconds to get in, and I promise you no angler's going to want to miss out on this one. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and then check us out on Facebook and Instagram. That's Revital Outdoors. With that being said, let's go ahead and get back to Georgia. Let's invite Jordan into the studio. Jordan, how you doing this evening, bud? Hang on one sec. I think you were muted. Let's try that again. Jordan, how you doing this evening, bud?
I'm doing good. It's nice and hot, 92 degrees here in Eufaula, Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So, let's talk about Eufaula a little bit. They call it the big fish capital of the world. This time of year, I'm suspecting the fish are going to be kind of offshore. A lot of fish going to be caught if they're running current pretty good. I've heard there's going to be a lot of fish caught offshore. So kind of, maybe recap your tournament last year, kind of some things that you put together. What do you predict for this year?
Last year, pretty much, we spent a lot of time practicing before the tournament. We were offshore taking a look at brush piles. It worked out really good last year. I don't see it working as well this year. Just due to the conditions, they did spray the lake. A lot of grass was sprayed. A lot of these fish are sick right now, so I don't expect the weights to be very big. There is fish offshore, but they're not everywhere. So you really got to look hard, and you got to spend a lot of time looking for them. But if you come across them, they're going to eat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you say weights are going to be a little bit different this year, what are you predicting?
I truly believe you always got to think about that 20-pound bag. I mean, there is a mayfly hatch up the river. You do have a little bit of a dock bite going on as well as an offshore. I think a guy that makes the right rotation could possibly get that 20-pound bag. There's been a few of those this year, not many. You could possibly be looking at that 18, 19-pound mark on a really good day. I could see it really, again, being 16, 17 pounds wins this tournament. It just depends. They're pulling current during the week. If they don't pull current on the weekend, which happens to us fishermen a lot, you could see those weights being 16, 17 pounds win the tournament.
Right. I got you. So, that being said, are you the kind of guy that's going after 5 big bites throughout the day, or are you just going to put yourself in a position where you're getting bites and you're just going to cull through and find the 5 biggest ones you can?
So last year, that's what I did. I went through a lot of bites and was able to cull up throughout the day. This year, I'm looking for big bites. I'm trying to win this tournament. Second place really put a fire in me to win it, especially when you lose by 2 ounces. So I'm going for 5 bites. I'm looking for the right fish. I'm not trying to get bit all day long. And if I find those 5, it'll be good. I think through the progression, though, you will end up getting a 5-fish limit pretty quick. So, but yeah, definitely targeting the big fish. But a lot of those big fish are sick from all those chemicals that hit the lake and flow down the river. So we'll see how that plays out.
I got you. I got you. So, that being said, is that just how much current they pull, even though they were spraying up shallow? Were they spraying offshore? How could potentially them spraying affect that offshore vibe just because there's so much chemical in the lake and it's being constantly flown through? Or, what are you seeing? Because, down here in Florida, that's something that we're trying to stand up to is the amount of they're spraying. It's not them spraying. There's a good reason behind them spraying. It's the amount of chemicals that they're using and how much they're spraying. And we're starting to see negative effects. You think that's what's going on with Eufaula, the same kind of thing?
Yeah, you're definitely going to see a lot of fish that have sores on them. I've caught several of them. A lot of their scales are burnt up and stuff. The problem was when they sprayed the lake, they don't give any notice or anything. They just do it. That's just how it is. And you can't blame them for what they're doing. It is helping the lake in ways. And when they sprayed the lake, you still had fish up shallow that were either post-spawn fry garters, and then you also had that last bit of females that was wrapping up the spawn. So when those fish accepted those chemicals and then now they're moving offshore, fish care is going to be very important because when you have penalties for dead fish, just make sure you're taking extra care of your fish in this tournament because they're not going to be as active in the live well as they usually are.
Correct. I got you. So, that being said, we talked a little bit about what's going to happen this weekend. Sounds like there's still that potential of a 20-pound bag. Sounds like guys are going to be offshore, maybe going up the river a little bit. You're always got the river rat in the state of Georgia. I don't care where you're at. You're always going to have that guy. What about as a co-angler in this event? What do you think co-anglers got to think about? Obviously, a lot of that depends on their boater, but just generically speaking, the co-angler that wins, what's your prediction on what they're doing?
If you're going up the river, definitely have your top water, your buzzbait, your frogs going. You do have that mayfly hatch. Pop R's work well when that's happening. You can get well in a hurry as a co-angler. Depending on your situation, that's if you're up shallow. If you go out deep and your pro is out in deeper water, you're going to be wanting to throw that drop shot, old monster, dragging a Carolina rig. There's a lot of brush piles out here, even though it might be target specific for the pro in the boat. Definitely know that it's Lake Eufaula and there is brush everywhere in this lake. So you can definitely come across some good fish. And if your pro's on fish 20 feet away from you, then there's probably big fish around that area as well. So don't be discouraged.
I got you. What about the traditional swim bait? Not necessarily just for the co-angler, but what about for the anglers in general? What about the traditional swim bait, mag spoon this time of year, the big hair jig? Is that still a factor even on that lake?
I haven't seen it. Like I said, it's very scattered. You really have to work to find these fish. When you find them, they're willing to eat. I don't think that you would necessarily have to go to that extent and to really finesse them like that. But there's always that chance. Hair jig, you might be able to throw that big swim bait and stuff like that. In years past, yes, that would work very well. But that's not something that I've got in my strategy.
Okay, I got you. So, well, Jordan, sounds like you got a really good plan put together. You're already, you've been seeing the lake here lately, so you're always you seem very confident what you're going to move forward with. Before we let you go, checking out your social media. I know you got a great family support system behind you. A lot of people in the state of Georgia that support you as well in the industry. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out or a thank you to before we let you go?
Yeah, family supports, everything. If you didn't have that family support, my wife, her birthday's tomorrow. That's, fishing. And it really sucks that you can't be there, but we're going to celebrate on Sunday. I did want to give a shout out to her, for letting me come and do this. That's a huge sacrifice on family to be able to take care of the kids while we're gone. Another thing is Lose and Strike King. Those are big factors with me, my rods, my reels, my baits. And without them, that's a big expense throughout the year. So they save me a ton throughout the year. So I really want to give them a special thanks for everything they've done for me for the past 10 years.
Absolutely. So for all listeners out there, we've been talking to Mr. Jordan McDonald, second place finisher from last year's BFL tournament on Lake Eufaula. That's the Bulldog division. Again, that same tournament's coming up this year. So good luck to Jordan in the tournament this year. Hope to have you back on the podcast because that usually means good things when that happens. Good luck to all the anglers fishing this weekend on Lake Eufaula and the other BFL tournaments. Before we let everybody go, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, you've been watching that rotating banner. Hit that link at the top of the description right below this video. Get into that $2,500 giveaway. I promise you no angler is going to want to miss out on it. It's a great giveaway, and that winner will be chosen at the end of the BFL season. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there, everyone. God bless. We'll talk to everyone very soon.